Who will win the divorce?
Whoa. Don't say the D word. I don't play that.
You don't play those games?
So ask me another way. I'm ready.
Who will win the irreconcilable difference between
That boy good.
between the Packers and Aaron Rodgers? Who's gonna win it?
It has to be the Packers. Let's just think about this for a second.
Break it down.
The Packers have been successful before Brett Favre, and they've been successful after Brett Favre. I think they still will be successful after Aaron Rodgers. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll be successful this year. I think they're good enough as an organization that they'll find another quarterback in the next maybe 5, maybe 1, I don't know, maybe 10, to find another quarterback. This is another number for you. Since 1960, they've had a sold-out game. Think about that, though. Every game is sold out. That's a lot. So I think sometimes we get so into the player, right, the superstar. Oh, there'll never be another Aaron Rodgers. That might be true, but they'll find some type of success maybe in a different quarterback. When Brett Favre left, they didn't think they would get another Aaron Rodgers or something like Brett Favre. So I always like to go back to this, the franchise. One thing when I got traded and I was so angry, a coach told me this. Deuce Staley said, listen, players can come and go. The franchise, it will always stay. And the Green Bay Packers is a franchise that's going to stay for a long time.
I'm with you, 2-5. Like, I think the Packers have already won the divorce because they're happier now. And a large part of the reasons people get divorced is because, well, I want to be happier without my past partner. The Packers are happier now than they were with Aaron Rodgers, who was calling for the general manager to be fired. The other reason that you might want to stay around,
That boy crazy.
in the midst of wanting to get a divorce, is if it's worth it. But at the point in which you lose to your division rival, the Detroit Lions, en route to going to the playoffs, and is Aaron Rodgers even still worth it? You only won, I believe it was 8 games last year, Green Bay Packers. That's not worth the headache that comes with Aaron Rodgers. A Super Bowl is, but you haven't won a Super Bowl since, what, 2011, 2010? So I think the Packers have already won the divorce. Not to say Rodgers will not go and be successful and have success in his own right. I think the Jets will go to a conference championship game in the next 2 years. But the Packers have already won it by those metrics.
But Aaron Rodgers is going to retire eventually. The Packers aren't going to stop being an organization. So if that's the parameters, then yeah, the Packers won because they will exist for longer than Aaron Rodgers will in the NFL. But that's not how breakups work. Usually, there's like a little window, you know? Did you go get you a little thing, right? Okay, then maybe you won because they're taking a little longer to get back out there. Did you go buy that house you wanted to buy that she didn't want you to get? Like, what is the parameters for breakups? I'm comfortable with the D word, but
like the breakups.
for the breakup. To me, it's the window in which Aaron is still in the league. That's let's call that the breakup, right? That's fair. It's when Tom left, it's until Tom retired.
Correct.
He won that. He won that breakup. Now, the Patriots still exist, and Tom no longer plays in the NFL, so the Patriots long-term will maybe eventually be good again, but that's the parameters of the breakup. So if that's the case, who will win in this time between Aaron Rodgers not being with the Jets, or not being with the Packers and being with the Jets, and the Packers in that same amount of time? So if that's how I'm looking at it, I think Aaron's going to win. It is very hard for me to imagine that the Packers will be better in the next 2 years than they were with Aaron Rodgers. They weren't good last year with Aaron Rodgers. They didn't make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers, A-Rod, last year. I'm supposed to believe in these next 2 years, because that's how much longer we think Aaron will play for, that they are going to be better than he will be with the Jets. I can't believe I'm saying all these nice things about the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, but I just don't have that much faith in what the Packers are going to be able to do in the next 2 years. Will the Packers eventually be good again? I believe so. They're a well-run organization. They have a great fan base, all those things you said. But not in the next 2 years, I don't think.
But here's my thought, though, Joy, is I don't think the Packers have to be better than Aaron Rodgers and the Jets to win the breakup. The Packers just have to be better than they were with Aaron Rodgers. Like, if you split with somebody, you don't have to be better than them. I just got to be better than I was with them. And they were an 8-win team last year in a division slick with Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, and Jared Goff. That's a very 8-winnable division.
Sure.
The year before, I believe they didn't win a playoff game. I think they had a bye week, and then I think they got beat by the Niners in Green Bay.
In Green Bay, yep, you're right, yep.
So for the Packers to be better than they were with Aaron Rodgers the last 2 years, They just got to win more than 8 games, not have a losing record. Like, I don't think they will be better than the Jets. I agree with Joey wholeheartedly. Slick, I agree with that notion wholeheartedly. But I do think they'll be better than they were with Rodgers. Where are you at?
I guess we'll find out. I mean, perception is reality. And I'm with Joy on this. If we're talking about the immediate, Aaron Rodgers is in New York. People are hyped about the New York Jets.
They are.
Anybody talking about the Green Bay Packers?
Nobody.
Anybody talking about Jordan Love?
No, sir.
I mean, this is like you get a divorce and you're like, I'm so glad because they just messed up the kitchen all the time and now the house is nice and clean and everything. Nobody sees the house. Aaron Rodgers is driving around in a new car with threads. Like, yeah. Like, he looks like he won the divorce as of right now. Now, I do believe that the franchise always wins just because they have a longer runway to get back. And if you look at the Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre, they divorced Brett Favre, and here comes Aaron Rodgers. 49ers moved on from Joe Montana. It took them a year or two. They won a Super Bowl. Same thing with the Green Bay Packers after. So they've got more room to recover from the divorce. But if I'm looking at it right now, Aaron Rodgers appears to be happier than ever doing things in New York. And meanwhile, Mark Gutekunst is at what, like high school girls basketball games.
But the only thing is, like, even when we talk about the franchise doing better, is so you talked about Tom Brady, and I don't think that they can ever get over that. I'm gonna say breakup. Sorry, over that breakup. I almost said it. Over that breakup, I don't think they ever recover from that. This dude got you 6 rings. Well, so my thing is when I look at and then in the 49ers, like they was winning championships, and then Steve Young. Okay, let's get some championships. The difference is with the Packers, though.
Talk to me.
Aaron got you 1 ring in a long time. Now, hold up. Rings are hard to do. I get that. But that long period of time with that great type of quarterback you have and the players they had, I wanted a little bit more than that. So I just feel like if the Packers can go out there and get you an extra ring in the next 20 years, you win that breakup.
20 years isn't a breakup. Like, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to play for the next 20 years.
So 10?
No, the breakup is the time that Aaron Rodgers is in the league. Until Aaron Rodgers retires, that's the breakup period.
Let me ask you this then, Joy, because Shady, I would say with you.
Of course they could win another championship in 20 years, but that has nothing to do with this. That has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers moving on.
Man, if they win a championship without Aaron Rodgers, you think he ain't home thinking about that? Damn.
Not in 20 years.
But it's
and don't let the quarterback be nice. But you don't think Brett Favre was thinking about A-Rod?
Yeah, but Shady, what I'm saying is, Brett Favre was still in the league. Like, in 20 years, if the Packers win a Super Bowl,
what about 10?
Nobody in the building right now is going to have anything to do with that winning.
Here's where I would draw a distinction. Tom Brady, to Joy and Shady's point, won the breakup because the Patriots were still winning with Tom Brady. So the Patriots actually had success with Tom Brady. So they're looking at Tom Brady win saying, man, that could have been us.
Yeah.
But the Packers weren't winning with Aaron Rodgers. They've won 2 playoff games the last 6 years. So even if Aaron Rodgers goes to win with the Jets, the Packers can't sit here and say, man, that could have been us. Because it wasn't you. If you beg somebody to buy you flowers and y'all split, then they go buy somebody else flowers. They weren't buying you flowers either way.
This isn't a competition then. Like, we just went our separate ways, which is not what this feels like.
Unless Jordan Love, like, where I'm at with Shady is, I don't think if the Packers win in the next 20 years, they win the breakup, even 10 years. I think it's if Jordan Love does it.
Yes,
because they moved on from Aaron Rodgers for Jordan Love. So I think it's only Jordan Love who could make them win.
So what if they go out there and get a first-round draft pick and they get a quarterback? You telling me that?
I think Rodgers, if I'm Rodgers, I'm laughing. Because wait a second, think about it. You use 2 first-round picks to replace me.
That sound cool. That Aaron Rodgers, you think he gonna be cool with that? No.
Bro, if they have to go draft a first-round, if you have to use a first-round pick on quarterback, when you just drafted a first-round pick at quarterback to replace me?
You talking about 4 years ago. They ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
You go get a quarterback right now in the first round, boom, and he comes there and he's like you. He's good like you, he ball like you. You think he gonna care? Listen, I've never been that good with breakups like that. I've always been cool with my breakup partners, but if it don't go well the first 2 years, and then she just 5 years just get married, she look happy on Instagram.
Breakup partner?
I mean, Rolls Royce and everybody's kissing that. I ain't gonna be too happy about that. That's just me. You know what I mean? Y'all might be cool. I just, damn, I'm like, look at her. She'll tell me. I'm gonna be in my feelings.
There is a window where it's no longer, where nobody has anything to do with each other anymore, though. Like, to me, it's how it goes over these next 2 years that Aaron Rodgers is in the NFL.
I would give the Packers a little more runway than that, but I would say in the next 5 years.
I ain't doing all that.
They get too good.
If Aaron is getting this hype and making $50 million right now, and you moved off of him for Jordan Love, and he goes to an AFC championship game or he gets to the Super Bowl with the Jets, y'all lost.
Well, I'll say that. If they go that far.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.